Looking for horseback riding lessons in Southern New Hampshire? We'll show you how to pick a great instructor, and we can even help recommend an instructor that we think will be right for you. You may be asking yourself, how do I find good horseback riding lessons near me? Or maybe you're saying, how much do horseback riding lessons cost? Or maybe you're wondering, can my preschooler take horseback riding lessons? Whether you're looking for horseback riding lessons for a toddler, a beginner rider, an experienced rider, or just cheap horseback riding lessons, this 10-point checklist will help you in your efforts to choose the best horseback riding instructor for your child. Number 1, make your short list. When choosing a riding instructor for your child, you want to start by making a short list of 3 or more instructors to visit and interview. On your short list, you want to put instructors that you learn about from friends and family, as well as those you have found from doing your own research, such as searches on Google and Facebook. Number 2, contact. Once you have your short list completed, you need to contact potential instructors in order to set up a time for you to meet with them, watch them give a few lessons, and to see the horses and facility. Usually, it's good to plan a visit to the instructor's farm on a Saturday morning, as this is typically a time when lots of kids will be having lessons. Number 3, responsiveness. When you reach out to the potential instructor, does she or he return your phone calls, texts, and/or emails in a timely manner? While you shouldn't expect them to pick up the phone in the middle of the night, you shouldn't have to wait a week before you hear back from them either. Usually, it's reasonable to expect them to get back to you within 24 hours. Number 4, attitude. When you are communicating with the potential instructor, do you find him or her to be pleasant and helpful when you first connect? Does she or he answer your questions fully and in a way that makes you feel like you've been treated well? If yes, excellent. If no, that's a big negative for that instructor. Number 5, facility. When you go to meet the potential instructor for the first time, does the facility look safe and neat? It doesn't have to be fancy, though fancy is not a bad thing, but it should at least be in good repair, and there should be a level area with smooth footing for riding, and a clean barn with good ventilation and good lighting. The barn area should be swept and/or raked, and cobwebs should be virtually non-existent. Number 6, horses. The horses at the potential instructor's farm should look happy and relaxed. They should be well fed without being overweight and have shiny, clean coats with well-groomed manes and tails. Their ears should be up most of the time, and they should stand quietly in their stalls or in the wash stall when they are being prepared for the riding. Kicking, biting, rearing, and running away are all signs that the horse is unhappy or poorly trained. Number 7, the clients. While at the potential instructor's facility, you should make a point of evaluating the other clients there. Are they friendly and open and happy? Do they have good things to say about the potential instructor? Do the children who are riding there seem happy and safe? If yes, excellent. If no, you might want to look for another facility. Number 8, the clothes. There are a few rules about what clothes one should wear when riding. Rule number 1 is that all riders should wear shoes or boots that have a hard sole, not shoes like sneakers which have soft soles, and the shoes or boots should have a small heel of around 1 inch. Rule number 2 is that riders should wear long pants when riding. This helps keep the rider's legs from getting chafed due to the friction of the saddle. Rule number 3, all riders under age 18 should wear a hard hat. The hard hat will help protect the rider's head in case of a fall or kick from the horse. Number 9, the lessons. Does the instructor have a good rapport with his or her students? Is there a lot of laughter and smiles as well as a lot of interesting activity going on at the farm? When in the class, do riders just ride in circles around the outside of the arena, or do they get to practice their skills by coming off the rail and riding in smaller circles around orange cones, barrels, over cavaletti, etc.? Usually, though not always, the more activities offered during the lesson, the better. For beginning riders, are they being taught one-on-one, which is what you want, or are they in a group? a far less safe and so less desirable option. Number 10, the pricing. Because most horse farms post their rates, including the cost of riding lessons, on their websites, you can generally do a Google search to determine the going rate for riding lessons in your area. Most riding instructors charge similar rates, so this generally isn't much of a differentiator, but it is important that you know what the going rate is in your area so you can be sure you're paying a reasonable amount. So that's about it for the basics of how to pick a riding instructor for your child. While this is a good overview, there is still a good chance you will have questions. Feel free to reach out to us here at Equine Experts if you need some one-on-one advice.